Hello and welcome back. This is my Mark III Mondeo tdci 2.2 that I'll be changing the power steering pump on today. So I'll show you how I'm going to go about it. So these are the bits I've got to fit. It's the new, well, it's not new, second-hand power steering pump. It doesn't leak here. So the pipe comes from the reservoir to this bit, and then that's the output there to the rack. So that's it. That joins a little spline that goes into there from the water pump, which it bolts onto the side of there. So I've got a new tensioner as well for it, because I watched another video and these can make a lot of noise, which I'm getting from the car, so I've got one of them. It's not that expensive. New belt for it, and a litre of power steering fluid. I've got a little bit more in there if I need it as well. So yeah, that's what we're fitting. This is the car. Power steering pump lives underneath here. The reservoir's over there. So yeah, I'll get this cover off. Right, so that's the pump itself in there. The belt for it, that's the tensioner. So I'll just have to take a couple of these things to get them out of the way. Take this cover off the top. Just unbolt this I think is air conditioning pipe. Move that out of the way. That's the pipe for the EGR. Probably leave that one if I can in place. And then I don't know if you can quite see down there from here. As you can see, it's been leaking all down the side of the engine there from the power steering pump. So we will get them bits off now, and then I'll come back in. Right, got a little bit further, disconnected the EGR pipe now, just to get a little bit more access down there. This isn't an air conditioning pipe, it's the actual power steering pipe there. So getting a bit of shadows now because of the sun. Don't know how much you can see down there. Right, so I've got that union there to open, but it's a bit tight, so I'm thinking of getting the pump out, lifted it up to open that one. So the next job will be taking the tensioner off, get the belt off, and then there's 5 bolts I think that holds the actual pump in. 2 long ones that go into the water pump, 1 little 8mm on the far side, and then 2 further in down there. Not the easiest to see. I'll try and keep you updated. But first I'm going to take this feed pipe here from the reservoir off the pump. I'll put a bottle or something down there to try and catch all the old fluid out of there. So yeah, I'll do that now. Right, I'll show you a little trick. If you haven't got a container, this is what I do. So that's the pipe down there. This one here that I'm taking off. You can see that very well. Put a little rag underneath it. So basically, I haven't got a tub, so I was taught this by an old chap I was doing a job one day. It's a trick they used to use on boats apparently when they couldn't get underneath the sumps. So I'm going to attempt to catch all the oil from this pipe now into this bag. So I'll set the camera, we'll see what happens. Right, as you can see, all of that fell nicely into the bag. The drag's nice and dry there, and the bit where it comes out the pump is alright. So what I'll do now is I'll see if I've got something just to put over the end of that, just save the old oil going everywhere. And then after I've done that, I will try and get them bolts out of the. I'll take the belt off first. There's a little square there for the for a 1/4 inch, I think it's 1/4 inch ratchet will fit into that, and then you basically pull on it and it releases tension on the belt. So it's only a small belt, only goes around this one big pulley and the smaller one down there for the actual pump. So yeah, see how it goes. Right, so that's the old tensioner out. It's just the one 10mm bolt holds it in. As you don't know if you can hear. pulley's not pulley, a little bearing, it's gone. So I've got a new one of them, as you seen earlier. So I'll get that swapped over. Here's the belt, as you can see, well past its best. So it's a good job it changed that one. Right, so that gives us much more room now. So you can see the 10mm bolt at the top there, opposite side of the pump. There's one exactly the same. Push you in a little bit further. Just down there. It's an 8mm, and then as you can see along that flat bar, there's looks like 13mm heads. There's 2 of them. Not the easiest things to get to, because this bracket that's right in front of you here, with the 2 captive nuts on, that seems like a real hard one to get off, so I'll leave that one. Get the other one out of the way, then the pump will be off, and hopefully I'll be able to pull it up here and do that union, and then just do everything the same but backwards. Right, so that's the bracket. That's where the 2 bolts that were further in were. They were 10mm bolts in the end. 2 10mm long bolts, these ones here, through this bit on the top and the bottom of the pump, and then that's where the little 8mm went there. So that's what it looks like in there now, with all that out of the way. So the pump now is free, as you can see, it's just falling away. So there's no leaks or oil or anything to worry about in between these bits. There's just the little shaft bit that sticks out of the water pump that you have to worry about. So that's the pump hanging off there now. So as you can see, that's the little spline sticks out the water pump there. So there's no gasket or anything down there to worry about. So I'll just try and put the camera down for a minute. I'll try and get this pump up and out and get that union off. Right, turns out the pump doesn't come up that way. So, but what you can do is pull it up to this position. It gives you much better access to get this nut open. Now I've just cracked that open. So there's an 18mm there, and I've just had an adjustable on that bit. So, so yeah, I'll get this off now. Get the new pump in, get everything back together, and let you know how it gets on. Right, so the pump's back on, down there, new one. Hardline union is connected to it, which is great. So I just need to put the new tensioner on now. So there is a little tab that sticks out of it, which goes into that hole. I don't know if you can see that hole there, and obviously the bolt goes into the other one. But before I put that on, I will put the belt past that bracket down there, because it's tight otherwise. So I'll do that now. Right, that's just the tensioner on there now, and the belt all nice and tight. So I'll put the top plastic cover back on now, reconnect this top one into the mountings and the 2 bolts down there. I'll put the EGR pipe back on, just clip this hose back in. I think that's all I took off. Then I'll get another bag on the end of this down there. I'll drain what's left of the reservoir of the old fluid, because it's not very nice. It's a bit minging in there. Right, so I've got that pipe draining into a little container down there now. It's dripping out slowly. The level's nearly empty there now. So I'll just put a bit of fresh stuff in there now, just to flush the last bit out, and then reconnect that pipe onto that. Right, so there we go, all done, all bled. I did have a little leak from this pipe here, right from where it went on. The end of it's gone a bit soft, so I cut about 1 inch off it, because there's a bit of slack in it. Put it back on, turned it a few times, lock to lock, without the pump running. I just bleed it a little bit. No more bubbles coming through the head of the tank there, so great. Had it running now, side to side. It's great, no problem. I've got it jacked up off the ground there as well. So yeah, so there we go. So if you if you've enjoyed this video and it's been useful, subscribe to the channel, and thanks for watching. Stay safe, see you again.